All right, you know what? I'm just going to unplug my device. I don't know what's happening today with this device. I'm going to put it over here. Is that better? I am so sorry. I'm sitting here talking to myself the whole time. Wonderful. Okay, so let's start again. I'll just say thank you for being here. Subscribe, like if there's something interesting and you're new. Had a great session with everybody at our third session. You can hear me now. Thank you. Peace and Joy Massage. My gosh, I do not know what happened there. Technology. It loves me. It hates me. I was just saying there's a bunch of things down in the description. I want to make sure that you know that are free things, free resource for if you've had loss or you're getting pregnant or you hope to, and also the application for this really beautiful group. The group process has been just heartwarming. I'll have to do a live on that another time. I don't want to talk more. I can't believe this is silent for the first 4 minutes. That's crazy. I knew I should have double checked that. All right, that's all right. That's what happens. This is life. So I was just talking about what you do know. So there's a lot of things out there around what you don't know. It's like, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. What about this? And all these statistics and the doctors coming at you, friends, family, your inner dark places, right? And I just want to say, start with the things that you do know, like a breath. You know how to breathe. Your body knows how to breathe. If you feel on your darkest days that you know nothing else, you know how to breathe. And you can't deny that with any loss that you've had, or not getting pregnant, or having been pregnant in the past and then not able to do it now, having children, hoping for more, whatever your version of life is and where you might be on the darker days when you feel like, oh, nothing is working. I'm going in and out. So we're having one of those days. I do not know what the heck is going on there. This is interesting. I'm even on Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. What is happening today is happening today. I apologize. I was off last week. I was up in the mountains with worse signal, but it was my week and my birthday week. 52, da-na-na. Okay, well, I'm sorry for that. Hopefully this is going to be better. If not, then we'll have to find another solution next week. Maybe my husband is on a call and therefore it's messing with my thing. This is what it's like post-COVID. The signal is not as strong. I don't know, guys. I'll just take a breath there. I am sorry that that's happening. I want to say thank you for your patience. And this is a bit like the pregnancy path. Things are rolling. You feel good. You feel like things are aligned. You have up days. And then you're like, oh, I don't know. You know, you fall into the hole. You have that hiccup, that bump. I want to just say that come back to that thing that you know. It's the breath. It's the, knowing what your body needs as far as movement. What movement does your body like? Don't think about what I say or what some other expert says or some book or some article. That's all great, but all of that is just for you to consider what's right for you. You. And that's what we always come back to here in this space is intuitively, what is it that your body is asking for? What is it that your soul, your spirit, your body, what is it that you really need? Your movement, is it just swaying while you're cooking? Is it dancing in the living room? Is it going for a full workout? Is it yoga? I can't say. For me, it's not even the same every day. I love a good bike ride, but some days just walking in my garden or walking barefoot in the grass under a tree. That is the movement that my body needs. And listening to that which you know, what you know, and what you're hearing from your body, that is powerful. And that communication, especially as we're bumping up on, here comes Mercury retrograde again, all the miscommunication between your body, the outside world, and things that are going on, coming back to what you know. So you know breath. You know how to listen to your body, and maybe sometimes you get it wrong, and that's okay. And you'll know because you do something during your day and then you feel exhausted. That means that something you did in the day that might have felt like you needed to, I'm sorry, I did air quotes, that's so gross. Something that you felt you needed to do. Like for me, for example, we came back from camping and I felt the last 2 days I needed to unpack and clean and put away, pack again, all the things that we had from the mountains. But I was exhausted because that's not really what I wanted to do. What I really wanted to do was paint. What I really wanted to do was to be in my garden and give it some attention. What I really wanted to do was read, do some writing for you and for me. And I didn't do that because I felt I need to get this done first. So I know that I need that balance, and yet I forget it. And I know that you're going to have days where you forget it too. Just come back to those things that you know. What else do you know? I'm curious. What are things that you know that you need as a person on this path, or just as a woman, as a person? What are some things, if you want to throw down in the comments, that you know that feed and nourish you, that are things that you don't doubt easily. You just know. Because I'm wait for those. If something pops up, I'm happy to, answer, or I'll comment on that later on the replay. Just take a moment to think about that in the moments, because what happens is we get really focused on what we don't know, that unknown, get focused on, I don't know how to make this next decision. Should I do this or not? Decision making is really tricky inside of this path. Just look at how you can just take a breath, come back to your body, and ask your body if you don't know. Okay, body, is this the right choice? And if you don't know, sleep on it, see what happens in the morning. But there's a lot that you do know. And I just want to encourage you, and I want to remind you that you are wise. You are powerful. You are able to do the right thing for you in the moment. And maybe later you realize, oh, I could have done that differently. Okay, so now you know that. And maybe you do the right thing, or the right thing for your body, not the right, I almost air quoted against right, not the right thing, because there's so many right things according to what book you read or who you talk to or listen to. The right thing for you in the moment. And then maybe the next moment it's different. Maybe you eat something that you don't think that you're supposed to. Okay, so what? Tomorrow you eat better. You drink more water. You take the supplements that bring you joy. Maybe some of the things that people have recommended don't feel right anymore, and you adjust that. You know that. So I'm just encouraging you, because there's a lot of discouragement out there in the media, in the back of your head, in your environment. It can be overwhelming. I know that. I remember it. I still feel it in different ways, in different aspects of things that I'm creating and growing. Not a baby anymore. I don't think. Who knows? Yeah. So we're coming up on 13 minutes. I again apologize for the 4 minutes of silence. Maybe that's what we need to come into our own thoughts and own wisdom, perhaps. Definitely subscribe if you're new, and like if there was anything interesting, and pass this on to somebody if you know that they're struggling or having a moment, or just because you want to encourage them. And definitely go down into the description and see what things we have in there for you. And you're welcome to ask me any questions anytime. It's really important to me to be available to you in these minutes on Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific, every Friday except the first Friday of the month, which is 9 a.m. And if you have any questions now before I sign off, I'm absolutely happy to answer them, or I'll answer them on the replay. This is the last day before school starts on Monday, so I'm going to head to the beach and have some quality family time, and yet this is really important to me for you. All right, I will wait and linger in case there's something here. Pregnant for the first time at 45, Maine homestead project. Wow, congratulations. Woo, that's wonderful. Oh, I love that. That is a good time to be pregnant. Do you feel good about it? Are you getting encouragement from your support world? I'm so curious how the world is responding to that. I hope it's with joy. I hope it's with encouragement, because if you're pregnant at 45, I'm sure that you are healthy. I was wondering how to cope with the stress. Wow, that's a really good question. And I'm glad that you're asking that, because I really have such a strong knowledge that, at least from my own experience and from my clients' experience, that stress is one of the number one factors in why people don't get pregnant, and especially why you don't stay pregnant. Now, I'm not trying to scare you. I love that you have this awareness. The awareness is a first and beautiful start. So just starting, I am extremely happy, but have only my mom and husband as support system. Okay. Well, you have me too. I'm here. You can ask me anything, just like you are now. I'm glad that you have them. I've known people. I am 5 weeks, 4 days. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, great. Well, okay. So coping with the stress. Is the stress from external? Is it this stuff that's going on here? Is your life busy? Can you tell me a little bit about the stress? As you're thinking about that, and if you want to share that, you're also welcome to write me at ariel@imperfectparenting.net. If you want to have a private little combo, I'm happy to do that. If you want to share here, that's wonderful. Let me talk about stress. So everybody has stress releases in different ways. I will mention a couple here since we're here and you're asking. What I mentioned before about breath, taking 3 deep breaths, inhales and exhales, really powerful in the moment that stress is coming up, is just getting oxygen into your body. It's also getting you into your body so that you are really in the present moment, because stress is, I'm older, but all my doctors are, oh gosh, let me see if I can see that. It's, I have such a hard time seeing this. Excuse me. Because I'm on my phone. I like to do that. Let's see if I can see them. There we go. So let me just finish now that I've got the chat sitting there. This is great. So I encourage you to get in your body, because a lot of stress is about, thinking about the past, it's thinking about the future. But when you're really in the present moment, which breath allows you to do, that's a deep in breath, for at least 3 count, maybe longer if you can, 3, 4, 7. Breathing in all the energy that you need, the support, and exhaling out and letting it ground into the earth, all that you don't need. Other people's stuff, other people's comments, all that. And you do that in each inhale and exhale. And then if it feels comfortable, you can just have natural breaths and just breathe and just take a couple moments there. Even if you're at work, even if you're in the middle of a conversation that's uncomfortable. The other thing with stress relief is not even, you can say stop if somebody's making a comment or something's happening, like, whoa, it's that boundary thing. Let me come back to your questions, because or your comments. I'm older, but all my doctors are sounding like I am too old and at such great risk. Remember that doctors are often, they're taught, they mean well. We have some doctors in our inner circle. In fact, I have 2 or 3 doctors. They come because they also are not getting that support. I think that in this way, the sort of energetic spiritual, while they have all this great knowledge, they really have good intentions. But the training, at least in Western medicine, is often around solving a problem. So you're considered a problem because of the science and the statistics, but there's so much more to the picture. And unfortunately, just the way that things are often in all parts of the world, many parts of the world, not all, many parts of the world, is that there are certain tests which are done, which according to age, actually, it's like a bell curve for grading, which is why most people don't use it anymore. It means that when you're at this end of the curve, no matter what it's going to look like, something's wrong. And it's not accurate. There need to be some new tests. And so there's somebody out there, I hope to find them and create these new tests that really can show that you ask more questions of these older women, and you're going to get different results as far as what her chances are for a healthy pregnancy. I know a lot of people over 40, over 45, over 50 even, who have had really healthy babies. So Just remember that's their training, and that's why it's important to have somebody like myself, or maybe an acupuncturist, or somebody outside of the Western medical circle who gives you a lot of knowledge, but also with some other perspective, because remember, it's like you have a chiropractor and their training is here. You have somebody else, even the acupuncture, they're going to have, everybody has their specialty zone, which is inside of this little circle. And very few are looking at the whole picture. This is partly why I started the channel, is people who I'm not working with or might work with someday, that at least I can give you the clue that you've got to get. It's like getting directions in Asia. You've got to ask more than one person, because everybody wants to help, but they're helping from what they know. And if they don't know, they're going to maybe guide you the right way or not. But if you ask 3 people, you might gather the information that you need to find your right destination, if that makes sense. Let me see what else you said here. I'm getting in here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I have been using your meditations here for months now. Oh, thank you, Maine Homestead Project. Oh, that's so that warms my heart. I'm actually working on some recordings as well, so that you can take them with you more easily, because I know that YouTube's a different beast. So what else can I tell you about stress? Maybe I'll do a video. I haven't really been doing videos. I've been doing lives, but now that my little person's going into school, I hope to come back to video. And I'm also doing TikTok now, make things short and quick, and some shorts here. So maybe I'll do something more around stress relief. But look to what brings you joy and peace and relaxation. And it doesn't have to be meditation. It doesn't have to be some specific ritual or way of doing something. You'd like something to download. I've been, it's been on my mind for like 6 months now. I'm gonna do it. Now that'll motivate me to do it. So I definitely will do that. I promise. That way I can listen at any time. Exactly. That's my intention. I just have to figure out the logistics. I know how to do it with the podcast, because I have the podcast. That's usually how I host it. So let's see if there's another way. I'll figure it out. So I just want to say, slowing down and breathing is a good start. And I'm going to do those different things, for stress, for moments where you need inspiration. You're awesome and appreciated. Keep doing this. We need you. Oh, I'm just so thankful for you being here. Thank you for your encouragement. There are days that are hard, like the technology. I mean, these little beasts I bought to make things easier, and we'll just have to figure out what's happening with them. Who knows? Maybe they need a recharge or something. But keep coming back to what you know, right? You know so much. I'm just trying to lift that out of you and bring it to the surface so that you can remember, so that you can have peace and joy and health, and that, those lovely babies in your arms, and do keep focused on your stress. Just being aware, like, ooh, am I feeling tension and stress? Let's keep those cortisol levels down, especially if you're pregnant, my love. That's super fantastic that you have that awareness. Step away from a situation if you need to. That's okay. If there's something going on in the household, give yourself that time to step away, even if it's for a few minutes. Step out of the energy if there's a transition happening or something else. Or if it's just the stress of what's happening because you're older and you're pregnant. Remember, you deserve to have this amazing pregnancy. You are pregnant. And there are going to be moments where you're like, oh, do I really want this? Oh my gosh, my whole life is going to change. That's okay. That's normal. That's happening. That's what's going to happen. I had that. We'll talk more about that another day. Again. Okay? Just trust that it is what it is. Just keep listening. Keep doing what you know. All right, I'm going to sign off because we're just over the 23 minutes, but I wanted to keep going because you're here and I care about you. I care about your path. Throw anything down in the comments. I do answer them as quickly as possible, usually within 48 hours, unless there's a holiday or some craziness going on. And yeah, I wish you a beautifully imperfect day. Definitely do check down there if this is interesting for you. I would love for you to join the circle. It's pretty amazing. It's coaching amplified because it's a small, intimate group right now. We'll see if I expand it out, but I want to keep it pretty intimate for the moment, and we'll see what happens. All right. Mwah. Have a beautifully, beautifully, you know what to do day.